So after the Arsenal game yesterday, my boy Tunde called me. And he was laughing. He was laughing at me. I'm just remembering the conversation. He told me that how can I be an Arsenal fan and then I'm also watching Nigerian football, the Super Eagles play. So I wake up this morning and we lost in a friendly game, an Afcon final friendly game before the African Nations Cup kicks off. We lost 2-0, 0 goals against Guinea. I'm just remembering the conversation and it was just funny. And this hurts. That is how most of the Nigerian and Super Eagles fans feel. What's the point? What's the point of watching the Super Eagles when they failed me time and time again? We're only winning best jersey trophies. We can't win. We can't even qualify for the World Cups most times. Honestly, I'm hurt. I'm hurt. I know it's a friendly game and I'm not going to get too carried away. But I will say, I said it in my last video, which is probably my most viewed video actually till date. I don't trust this manager. I don't trust this guy at the helm, the man making the decisions. The entire country is just a disaster when it comes to organizing stuff. It's really bad. So we lost again today, but hey, this is not just about Nigeria. I know you can see the green, white, green. That's who I'm repping because I don't have a choice. And I love my country. I love my football team. I remember the heroes past, the Kanu Nwankwo's, the Sunday Ulises, the JJ Okochas, the Joseph Yobos, even in more recent times, Mikel Obis, Victor Moses, even in more recent times. You know, people who actually gave their all for this nation. But it's the Afcon. I'm going to be talking about this. First of all, let me talk about the game we lost today. I saw the starting lineup. I would say that most of those players, maybe not most, but that will not be our starting lineup. We definitely know that Victor OSIMHEN will be starting instead of Sadiq, and Iwobi will be starting in the midfield. I don't know. Defense, I think Calvin Bassey will also be starting. I don't know if he's going to be paired with Ekong or somebody else. I don't know yet. But I do know that the starting lineup will not be the exact replica of how we'll be starting when the tournament kicks off. At least it shouldn't be if this coach has any type of brain. But I don't trust him at all. So I'm just being hopeful for no reason, if I'm being honest. And we just heard the sad news today posted on his Instagram. Victor Boniface, my striker in Bayer Leverkusen, one of the top strikers in the Bundesliga in Europe this season, is out of the Afcon. Not too long ago, a couple of weeks ago, about a month ago, the president of Bayer Leverkusen was questioning why are we losing our best striker during this time when we're top of the league and all of this, which I understand. I understand how business works. But you know he's an African. You signed an African player and you know the schedule of the Afcon. So don't give me all of that. And all of a sudden, they said he picked up I don't want to be too skeptical, but after John Mikel Obi said that Antonio Conte told him that if you go represent your country in the Olympics, you don't have a place in Chelsea anymore. And that's what happened to him. He said this with his own mouth in his podcast. Or was it the one with Rio Ferdinand? I don't remember. I wouldn't be surprised if he got some sort of threat as well. But this is me. This is me how I think sometimes. I wouldn't be surprised. I know this dubious owners of teams and how they just get so selfish when it comes to wanting to have their players be part of. And I understand it. I do understand it. I would want the same. But this is their badge. This is their nation. You know? I was talking to this with my brother, and he said that I think Victor Boniface will have more pride and know that he's big enough to say that, no, I'm going to represent my nation. But today he has come out and he's out of the entire Afcon. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if a week later he's playing for Bayer Leverkusen. That would piss me off so much, honestly. Anyways, we lose another striker. Now all we have is Victor OSIMHEN. If he gets injured again, we have just Sadiq. I don't know who they're going to be bringing in to replace Boniface. We also have Terry Murphy, who didn't get called. I thought unfairly because he's done well for us. Decent, not well. And he's playing decent again in Ligue 1 in France for his club Nice. But I don't know. That is my this is all I'm going to say about Nigeria. Arsenal has stressed me enough. Nigeria is currently stressing me and have been for like the last 2 years. But let me just focus on the entire tournament. There's some big nations there. A lot of African superstars are going to be in this tournament. The Riyad Mahrez, even though he's left Europe, but the most Salahs of the game. Who else is missing? The Victor Siemens is missing for Napoli as well. Sadio Mane is in for Senegal. Onana, Manchester United goalkeeper, is representing his nation. All the top African players, Bissouma in Tottenham Hotspur, Sa also, who's been having an incredible season with Tottenham Hotspur, is also leaving as well. Yeah, I don't know. This is not looking good for my nation, but I just want to see a good tournament. I'm a fan of Senegal as well. I'm a fan of Ivory Coast and the North African teams like Morocco, who did exceptionally well in the last World Cup. Hakimi is also gone. I forgot to mention him. Yeah, I don't know who I would peg as clear favorites. I don't think I'll give any team clear favorites. But if I was to be Senegal, because they're defending champions, and then followed by probably Morocco because of how they did so well in the World Cup. I expect them to do well. But it's going to be different circumstances. These African players are here to play, and it's very difficult, and they're fighting with pride for their nation. Ivory Coast, who are the hosts, the legendary Drogba team, the Yaya Toure, the Kolo Toure brothers, the Frank Kessie. I don't know if Frank Kessie is there this season for this tournament, but I'm not sure. But they have a solid squad. They do. Sebastian Haller, I heard is injured, but I don't know if he's still going to make the team. But so many good players all over. Jackson for Chelsea, who mixed feelings amongst Chelsea fans, but I think he's a decent player. Will be repping Senegal. Yeah. Let me just break down the table for you in the first round so we know who is in and who is not in. Let me just pull this up here because I don't have it by memory. 1 second. So, Group A is Equatorial Guinea, Guinea-Bissau, Ivory Coast, and Nigeria. So we're in with the hosts. That's the group. If we don't make it out of this group, I'm going to lose my mind. It has to be Ivory Coast and Nigeria. I don't care. I no disrespect to these other teams, but it has to be. We're the Super Eagles of Nigeria. With the pedigree we have and the quality we have in the squad, we have to make it past the group stages. But I'll leave it there. Next group, Cape Verde, Egypt, Ghana, and Mozambique. Okay, I've seen Cape Verde play very well, but this group, on paper, the two teams that will make it out of this group should be Egypt and Ghana. It should be those teams. Egypt with El Neni, with Mohamed Salah, obviously. Ghana with a lot of players. They have, I forgot his name, this Spanish guy, Williams. Not Inaki Williams. His brother chose to play for Spain. But Inaki Williams, I hope I'm not mixing them up, is playing for Ghana. They also have the Ayew brothers who are there. They have Thomas Partey, who is injured, so he's not going to be there, sadly. They have Tariq Lamptey, who was, between England and Ghana. He chose to play for Ghana. So they have a decent side. It should be that. Group C, Cameroon, Gambia, Guinea, and Senegal. On paper, again, I would say it should be Senegal, obviously as defending champs with the history that they have of winning this tournament and the quality they have in the squad. I think it should be Senegal and Cameroon. That would be my pick. Gambia also has a decent team, if I'm not mistaken, but they don't have that pedigree that these other two teams have. Guinea as well, who just beat Nigeria today in a friendly game. Moving on, Algeria, Angola, Burkina Faso, and Mauritania. Now, this should be tough. If my money would definitely be on Algeria with the quality they have in the team. For years and years, North African teams, especially Algeria, have always been great in this tournament. So I expect them to come through with that. And my second team for Group D, I would say Burkina Faso, because Angola and Mauritania, I don't know too much about. That's just me. I'm being honest. Group E, Mali, Namibia, South Africa, and Tunisia. Tunisia, I think, knocked us out of the last Afcon. And it broke my heart. It really did. I remember I thought we were unfairly done by when we got that red card to Iwobi, which was not a red card in my opinion. The referee was absolutely nuts in that game. And I remember being sulking and being so upset. Anyways, I think Mali and South Africa, this is a tough one. South Africa are not very good, but they're South Africa. They're expecting so much of their team. My money is on Mali, Tunisia, or South Africa. It's tough. So I'm not going to make a pick on this one. Moving on to Group F, DR Congo, Morocco, Tanzania, and Zambia. This is a very open one. I think first place obviously will be Morocco because they have so much quality in that team from front to back. I think they'll finish first. And I think Zambia and DR Congo will battle it out. I think. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see with this one, but I'll just leave it at that. But that's basically all you need to know, guys. All you need to know. Obviously, I'm a super Nigeria Super Eagles fan, so I'm going to put a silly and delusional prediction out there. Nigeria will win. Yeah, I hate my manager. The players, a lot of them don't have fight. I feel like even with Boniface, we have enough to win, and I'm just being delusional here, I admit. But I can't help but be super optimistic when it comes to my nation and Arsenal. I can't just help myself. Come on, Super Eagles. Green, white, green, fight with pride. But I would add that I need us to have an incredible tournament. I need us to showcase so much talent in this tournament. So a lot of these boys will have better, deals with their clubs and go up to the better divisions. Some of them are playing in the championship with Kelechi Ndidi is also out. Oh my God. It just hit me. We're not as strong as we can be, but come on, Nigeria. I'll hopefully be watching every game if work allows me. And yeah, good luck. We need a good tournament, as I was saying, because, sorry, I'm all over the place. We need a good tournament because we need to showcase who we are as African teams, especially for the World Cup coming up next, where they're going to give us more teams representing the continent. So we need to showcase quality. So we have more teams doing well, just not Morocco. We need more and more teams getting further when it comes to the biggest stage, the World Cup. That's my goal. That's what I want to see from this tournament. Let us all have a great and impactful tournament. I want our teams to show high level of quality. So we'll do well moving on. It's time. It's time Africa, starts to make a stand in all of these tournaments. Yeah, I'm excited for this one. It kicks off this weekend and I'm excited. Thank you guys. Like, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Let me know who you think will win. Let me know who your favorites are. Yeah. Take care and God bless. Peace.